Hey guys. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for my car to heat up, and actually I'm already running pretty late, so I'm just gonna fucking get a move on it. What even happens if you don't let your car heat up? Like, I have a Scion XB from like 2007, I want to say, or 2011, I don't even know, but I know back in the day, or at least older car models, like, you had to let them heat up or else something would happen or they wouldn't work. I know my Chevy Lumina from like the 80s, that one, if you didn't let it heat up, like, it just wouldn't work. But what about a Scion XB? Like, if I didn't let it heat up, like, would it die on me? Anyway, I just had to say goodbye to my freaking fur baby, and that was really hard. Like, even though I know his dad will be watching him for the next couple of hours, like maybe until like 2 o'clock, like, it just makes me sad, you know? Like, I have to say bye to him, and it just makes me worried. Like, who's gonna cuddle him? Who's gonna, like, love him and kiss him for the next couple of hours? And it just makes me think, like, if it's so hard for me to say bye to my fur baby, like, I can only, oh god, this is a terrible, like, doesn't do anything for me. It just makes me think, like, when I actually have a real baby, like, it's only gonna be harder, you know? Like, not saying I'm gonna love it more than a fur baby, but who knows, I might. I'm not a real mom yet. I'm not like a human mom yet. Yeah, anyway, so my friend from, like, middle school, I was venting to him about how, sorry, you'll have to forgive me. I'm just gonna leave you there. You're only gonna see half my face, which is probably sufficient anyway. Anyway, I was venting to him one day after a couple of months of not seeing each other, and I told him, yeah, my job's all right. It's just really far. I live in Orange County, California, and my job is in LA County, California. So if you've ever heard of LA traffic, like, yeah, I basically see the tip of that iceberg every morning. So anyway, I was telling him, like, I'm pretty much over the commute, and he was like, well, why don't you switch it up? Like, what have you tried doing? And I was like, well, the first, like, few months, I did the whole music thing. Like, I'll sing along in my car. I'll listen to, like, radio, talk show, whatever. Then I tried doing that whole audiobook thing. Coincidentally, the book I listened to was Bullshit Jobs, A Theory by David something, I forgot his last name. But coincidentally, that was the book I chose to listen to. It's a great book. It's pretty funny. It'll make you question everything, really. So if you feel like throwing the credibility of your job's significance out the window, many of you may already feel that way. For many of you, it's already in the dumps, the way you feel about your job, or how credible or how significant it is, basically. Yeah, anyway, so I definitely recommend that book if you are over your job, as I am. But anyway, back to my friend. He suggested that I just do, like, a little vlog, and like, on my way to and from work. And I figured that was kind of a good idea because maybe 2 years ago, when I was living up in the Bay Area, I kind of wanted to do a vlog already. Like, mind you, I didn't have a car at that point because, like, literally the month I moved out there, my car got towed. That's San Francisco for you. If you haven't lived in the Bay Area or San Francisco, then you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but it's just fucking horrendous to drive in, what's it called, in the Bay Area, or in San Francisco at least, because it's just such a congested city. Like, the only drivers there are, like, fucking Uber drivers or Lyft drivers. But anyway, when my friend suggested that I do a vlog while I'm, like, on my commute, I thought that was a good idea because I talk to myself all the time in my car. Sometimes I'll pretend I'm singing, or sometimes I'll pretend I have, like, a Bluetooth phone if, like, people look at me. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, you know, fuck that guy, right? But in reality, like, no, I'm just talking to myself. And I've seen memes where, like, it says, or like posts, internet posts where it says that people that talk to themselves are smarter. I don't know if that's just people trying to make themselves feel better because maybe they talk to themselves, but I know for a fact I definitely do it, and I don't know if that makes me smarter than anybody else, but I definitely talk to myself in the car all the fucking time. And now I'm talking to myself in the car too, so that's cool. Anyway, so a little bit about my commute, I guess, if that is even relevant, is I take the 91 west. So I live in pretty much the last city of Orange County. I'm not going to get too specific, but if you know Orange County, you know LA area, then you'll know what city I'm talking about. And yeah, I basically commute to Gardena. Gardena is a, I don't know, industrial little city at the edge of LA. Pretty much sandwiched between Torrance and Carson. Those are cool little towns. I definitely like Carson and Torrance a lot more than I like Gardena, but I just work in Gardena. And I work at a staffing agency, so that's what I do basically for a living. I won't say which staffing agency, but yeah, I actually moved back to Orange County earlier this year in 2018, just to be closer to my family because everything I love is in Orange County. I was just living in the Bay Area to get a different feel for life. And I will say that Northern and Southern California are completely different worlds. Like, being from the West Coast, you always hear about, North Carolina and South Carolina, or North Dakota and South Dakota, and you just kind of think, why is that even necessary? Or Virginia and West Virginia, like, what? Why is that necessary, right? Like, who the fuck was like, let's just split these two? Let's just split this state into two states. Like, who thought that was necessary? It's funny because now, supposedly, that's going to be on the ballot, splitting California into 3 states or something like that. When I first heard of that, proposition or whatever, I heard that it was going to be North California and South California, and I could kind of see why that would be a thing. Like, yeah, it's totally different worlds, really. But now that there's going to be 3 Californias, I'm like, that's overdoing it. And it's not even necessary. Like, splitting a state, like, is that even necessary? Like, what is that going to do for anybody, really? But culture-wise, I definitely think California has a lot of cultures going on, depending on what region you live in. I can't really say why, like, maybe I'm just malinformed, but for example, in North California, people are a lot more, what's the word? They're like all about the go green lifestyle. Like, they're just very aware of the ecosystems and the environment and recycling and stuff like that. People in Southern California are just, it's not that they're not aware of it, it's just that they don't have that, like, they're not tied to that. Like, that doesn't, their lives don't revolve around that. In Southern California, it's all about, like, making money, and it makes sense because you have to make money to live out here. You don't make money, you don't live here. That's basically how it is. So we're just too preoccupied with other shit to really ever think about that. Another difference, though, is people in the Bay Area, especially, people are it's like a tightly knit community. Like, everybody in the Bay Area knows each other, and everybody takes care of one another, and it's like a big ass brotherhood. the Bay Area brotherhood. In Southern California, it's very about, like, it's just you doing you. Like, you see people in the club and you don't even say what's up to each other. Like, you're just doing you. Like, it's not about your community at all. And then again, these are just one-offs. These are just experiences I've had. I could be way off. Maybe you're from Southern California and you have a totally different perspective. Or maybe you're from Northern California and you're like, what? Bay Area Brotherhood, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, this is just the way I basically saw it. And what's even funnier too is, or not funny like haha funny, but just like funny like it's worth noting. When I went to live in Northern California, I had so many people tell me like, oh, you're from LA. It's funny because they think Orange County is LA. Like, no. But yeah, they're like, you're from LA. Wow, you're not even a bitch. You're so nice. Like, how are you from LA? Like, they have this misconception or this perspective, I guess, that people from LA are assholes. And like every time people would be like, well, you're so nice, I'm like, you don't know me yet. Like, no, everyone from LA really is an asshole. So yeah. Anyway, I am gonna focus on the road now. Not that I have been distracted. This is actually not distracting at all. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna try to make it to work on time because it's 6:30 and I'm like about to hit the 605 freeway. I don't take the 605 freeway. I just like, that's like midway to where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I make it to work on time, guys. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Get to work on time. Tell your kids you love them. Give them a kiss on the forehead. Give your fur babies a kiss on the forehead. If they have foreheads. I don't know what your fur babies are. What doesn't have a forehead though, right? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.